Welcome to the Nitty Gritty of Real Estate podcast. Today we are talking about normalizing mortgage rates and how that brings buyers off the fence. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Today I'm here with the fabulous Jill Paddock, who is going to be talking more with us about what it means as buyers are slowly coming off the fence as our rates normalize. Jill, what are you seeing out there with lower rates for buyers?
Well, I know we saw, as I'm sure you did, as rates started creeping up, we had a lot of buyers kind of freeze in place, getting a little bit nervous, seeing what that does to their payment. And then they started to re-enter the market. We saw some more increases in interest rates and that freeze again from our buyers. But
Right.
as rates have been normalizing and people are starting to accept the new reality, we're starting to see a lot more buyers come back into the market and take a look at what they can afford.
Okay, well that all sounds great. Now what does this mean for people who may be renting right now?
For people who are renting, I always encourage you to take a look at your rent versus what you could potentially qualify for in a home and what that mortgage payment would be.
Okay.
We all know here in Arizona, there is actually not any limit at this time as to how much your landlord can raise your rent.
Oh wow.
So if you are in a place where that mortgage may not be that much more or it's pretty equal to your current rent, you're probably a lot better off buying and being a homeowner where you can have a little bit of relief on those increases.
Okay. Now with the increases on rent and things like that, and we see the rates quote unquote normalizing, what does that mean for mortgage payments?
Well, mortgage payments are definitely going to be higher than they were back in, 2021 when we had those 3% rates. However, as they stabilize, that sense of panic people might have, they've got to beat the next rate jump, that's going to ease up because we do have some flexibility. And then in response to all of those mortgage rate increases, lenders have come out with some great new lending programs where you can buy your rate down to get your house a little more affordable.
Hey everyone, we want to interrupt this episode to let you know that we are a Keller Williams Southern Arizona franchise.
We are also realtors practicing equal housing. Now let's get you back to the podcast.
With talking about our mortgage payment and things like that, what are we seeing as far as for income requirements for people that may be looking to buy a house for the first time?
Well, the income requirements, again, because of those higher rates, are unfortunately going to be higher to qualify for the same home or the same priced home
Okay.
you could have bought, a few years ago. So that is a downside. However, again, there are the loan programs, there's down payment assistance programs. There's a lot out there to help make those first-time home buyers be able to get into something and be able to start building their wealth that way.
Oh, nice. That's great news. I'm glad to hear that. So are more sellers entering the market right now? What are you seeing from that side?
Yeah, so I feel like we saw for a little bit, still we had some unrealistic sellers. They were coming into the market with that frenzy in mind and quickly realized that that's not the market we're in right now.
Okay.
So sellers are, I think, at least the ones that I've met with most recently, they have become a little more realistic, understanding that closing costs or seller concessions are a big part of the offer packages for these buyers. They are going to have to, do things like termite treatments or those big ticket items that kind of any buyer would like to have done.
Right.
So that's great news for the buyers. And honestly, in some ways, it's good for the sellers too. It leaves a little less liability for them in the future going down the road.
And it sounds like people are a lot more willing to work together to make a deal happen then.
Yes, I think you've seen that too. Yeah, there's
Just a
lot.
little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot more. Hey, let's put this together. Let's make it a win-win on both sides.
Absolutely.
Which helps, I think, everybody's demeanor in the whole process.
And now, with that being said, what are you seeing as far as for the sellers who are selling that are wanting to maybe get out of that 1,200 square foot house and expand maybe into a 1,800 square foot house? What are you seeing on your side?
Well, the good news for those sellers is they've got a lot of equity in their home.
Absolutely.
Typically, I would say if you had bought in the past even 2 years, you probably didn't have enough equity in the home to really get out of it and move into something else. Because of those dramatic price increases, these sellers have a lot of equity in their home. And then those with things like a VA loan or an FHA loan, you may not realize, but if you have one of those, you have an assumable loan, which makes your house all the more attractive to potential buyers because they can lock in that great low interest rate that you were able to take advantage of.
Nice.
Again, then providing you with more opportunity to sell and move up to what you need for the future.
Okay, perfect. Now, we know historically that during the early 2000s there, we had that little bit of a crash in the real estate. And, based off of that data, something to the tune of 7 to 10 million homes weren't built. Have you seen to where that's caused a big pent-up demand?
Yeah, we still do not have enough homes on the market for the number of buyers who really, truly want to buy. And the good news for sellers, that pent-up demand has kept that competition. Again, while it's not what it was in 2020 or 2021,
Right.
it has kept that competition there. So their house value is relatively secure.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for your insight today.
Thanks for having me.
More than appreciate you. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for listening and watching the Nitty Gritty of Real Estate podcast here with the Tom J. Krieger team of Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. If you are interested in buying a home, selling a home, or even investing in real estate, we have 5,000 agents across the country that we can connect you to. If you need any free resources, feel free to check out our website at www.thetjkteam.com. We hope you have a great day.